Okay, so you know how people are always saying don't work out too late or you'll mess up your sleep?
Right.
But then you see this article from like Hello Sehat. It's this Indonesian health platform. And they're saying evening exercise is actually...
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a good thing. So we got to unpack this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's so interesting about this is they go right at that misconception, you know?
Right.
That working out...
Like right before bed.
Yeah. Too close to bedtime will keep you up.
Yeah.
But it's not that simple.
So it's not like a hard no on evening workouts.
Not at all. It's about timing, you know?
Okay.
Really understanding how exercise impacts your sleep.
I'm intrigued. What's the article say about that?
So think about it, right? Exercise gets your heart rate up. Body temperature rises.
Yeah.
It stimulates your nervous system.
Okay.
All that stuff needs to like wind down before you can really fall asleep.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've definitely felt that wired feeling before, like after a late workout.
Yeah. Exactly. So they recommend a 2 to 4 hour gap between your workout and bedtime.
2 to 4 hours.
Yeah. Basically, it lets your cortisol levels go back to normal.
Okay, now remind me, cortisol is...
It's a stress hormone.
Right? And why is that bad for sleep?
Well, if it's too high, it actually messes with melatonin.
Oh, right. Melatonin's the sleep hormone.
Exactly.
Okay, so that 2 to 4 hours isn't just random.
Yeah.
It's tied to like...
Your hormones, yeah.
That's helpful because I've always wondered about that.
Oh.
So assuming we can make that window work,
right?
What kind of exercises do they even suggest for the evening?
It's an interesting mix, actually.
Okay.
They highlight some mind-body things like yoga and Tai Chi.
Oh, I love yoga in the evening. Sometimes it's the only thing that helps me like de-stress after a crazy day.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
They're really good for tapping into that mind-body connection.
Yeah.
Basically, you become more aware of how you're feeling, your muscles, your breath, and how your thoughts and emotions play into it.
Right.
That awareness is so helpful for unwinding.
Yeah, this is like a mental reset button sometimes.
Totally.
And it's not all super intense stuff either, right?
No.
The article mentions walking.
Oh, yeah. Even a 30-minute walk
after dinner
can make a difference.
I like that.
Fresh air, clear your head, get your steps in.
It's something anyone can do.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got like the calming stuff covered.
Right.
But what about people who like more intensity?
Yeah.
Does it mention strength training?
It does. It recommends lightweight training or like bodyweight exercises.
Why light specifically?
Well, because heavy lifting too close to bed can backfire. It keeps that cortisol up.
Oh, right.
Which messes with the melatonin again.
So lighter weights are a better choice.
For balance.
Yeah, got it. And I see they mentioned Pilates too.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Pilates is awesome for your core strength and control.
Oh, okay.
It's all about those deep stabilizing muscles.
Interesting.
It can help your posture, even make everyday stuff feel easier.
So it's about like smaller muscles.
Yeah.
More internal, not the big showy ones.
Well, exactly.
Kind of different from yoga then.
It is, yeah.
I like that they gave a specific Pilates example, like the single leg up exercise.
Oh, yeah.
You can practically picture it.
I know, right?
And then, of course, there's the more familiar options.
Like what?
Like planks and squats, suckling, swimming.
Yeah, the classics.
Pretty much everyone knows at least one of those.
Right.
And they each have their benefits too, right?
For sure.
Like squats are great for calorie burn.
Yep.
And I've always heard swimming can help you sleep better.
That's right. And I think what's interesting is that this article is from Indonesia.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me wonder if their climate plays a role.
You're right. People in tropical climates might naturally work out more in the evening.
When it's cooler. Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of that.
It's a good reminder that like our environment, even our culture can shape how we approach fitness.
It totally puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the types of exercises.
Right.
But the article doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't.
They actually give tips on making evening workouts effective.
They do.
So let's dive into those.
Let's dive in. One of the first things they talk about is time management.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know could be tough.
It's like a constant game of calendar Tetris over here.
Tell me about it. But remember that 2 to 4 hour rule?
Yeah.
That's not just a random number. It really is about giving your body enough time to recover.
So if I'm at the gym at 7 p.m., I'm aiming to be asleep by 11 p.m. at the earliest.
At the earliest. Yeah, and on that note, the article really stresses checking your intensity level.
Oh, interesting.
Evenings aren't the time to like push yourself to the limit, you know.
So it's more about maintaining a healthy routine.
Yeah.
De-stressing, not going all out.
Exactly. Avoid that extra stress before bed.
Makes sense. Which reminds me of another thing they mention.
What's that?
Warm up and cool down routines. I'll admit I sometimes skip them.
Yeah, I get it.
But maybe they're even more important for evening workouts.
I think so. Think of it like creating a buffer between work mode and sleep mode.
Interesting.
Warming up preps your body, cooling down signals. It's time to slow things down.
So it's like you're consciously moving your body through different states.
Yeah, throughout the day, exactly.
I like that. And lastly, they touch on post-workout nutrition.
Oh, yeah.
Which is interesting. They emphasize carbs.
Right.
I always hear about protein after a workout.
Yeah.
Why carbs here?
Well, after a long day, you probably need an energy boost.
True.
And carbs are the fastest fuel.
Okay.
Plus, they help replenish your glycogen.
Which gets depleted when you exercise.
Exactly. So it's all about recovery.
Right. Getting ready for sleep. I like that this article is practical, but also like insightful.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just about like the how-to of exercise, but like the bigger picture of well-being.
I agree. And one of the big things for me was the emphasis on listening to your body.
So important. It's easy to get caught up in rules.
Yeah. Or like rigid schedules.
But our bodies are always talking to us.
They are.
We just got to listen.
Exactly. So even if you're doing everything right,
okay,
if evening workouts mess with your sleep,
yeah,
it might just not be the best fit.
So that 2 to 4 hour rule isn't set in stone.
Right. There's room for individual variation.
Like maybe you're a night owl naturally.
Exactly. Or you just have more energy in the mornings.
It's about finding what feels good for you.
What's sustainable for your life.
I love that it takes the pressure off.
Right.
It's not about forcing yourself into a mold.
No, it's about what your body needs.
Okay, so before we wrap up, let's recap the key takeaways about evening workouts.
Sounds good.
First off, evening exercise is totally possible.
And can be good for a lot of people.
But timing is key.
So important.
That 2 to 4 hour gap is essential for letting your body cool down.
And transition to sleep mode.
And intensity matters too.
Yes.
Evening workouts should be about de-stressing.
Relaxing.
Not pushing your limit.
Choose activities that feel good.
For both your mind and body.
Exactly.
Warm up and cool down routines.
Are your friends?
They help prepare and signal that it's time to wind down.
And don't forget about those carbs after your workout.
Right?
To replenish and get a good night's sleep.
So we've learned that evening workouts can be a great way to fit exercise in.
When you're busy.
But it's not just about squeezing it in. It's about supporting your well-being.
Yeah, it's been really eye-opening to look at the science of evening workouts.
Right. And to realize that it's not one size fits all.
Exactly. And that's what brings me to a really important point.
Okay.
Like, just because it worked for someone else doesn't mean it's the best for you.
So how do we figure out what works for us individually then?
Well, the article didn't talk about this specifically, but it got me thinking about self-awareness when it comes to exercise.
Yeah.
Like, instead of following trends or just sticking to a routine blindly, take a step back and ask yourself a simple question.
Okay, what is it?
What time of day do you feel the most energized?
I love that question.
Right.
It's so simple, but like it gets to the heart of it.
It does.
Maybe you're a morning person.
Yeah.
You love that sunrise workout energy.
Or maybe you're more of an afternoon person.
Yeah.
And you need a break from work.
Right. Get that focus boost.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong answer.
It's about finding your rhythm.
Your body's natural rhythm.
And don't be afraid to experiment either.
I agree.
Like maybe you've always worked out in the morning, but then you realize an evening walk helps you sleep.
You never know.
Right. And if something isn't working, switch it up.
Exactly.
Fitness should be fun.
And energizing.
Not stressful.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on evening workouts, we hope you learned something.
We do.
Remember, it's totally possible to get a great workout in.
Even at the end of the day.
Just be mindful of the timing, the intensity.
And most importantly, listen to your body.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
And keep moving.